Hello students, welcome to our next video of Introduction to Operations Research prepared by Assistant Professor Sumit Singh Sikarwar, Mechanical Engineering Department, Sri Swaminarayan Institute of Technology. In our previous video, we have discussed the following topics. First, we had discussed origin of operation research. Then after, we had covered objectives of that operation research. With many of the definitions, we tried to define operation research, and after that we had discussed characteristics of operation research, and finally we had end up our session with scope and application of operation research. Today we will study the following topic. Today we will discuss phases in solving operation research problem. We will understand operation research models. Then we'll try to understand methods of solving operation research. And next we'll end up our session with important models which may be utilized in operation research problems. So let us continue with phases in solving operation research problem. Any operation research analyst has to follow the certain sequential steps to solve the problems on hand. The step he has to follow as discussed below. First is formulation of a problem. Next is identifying the variables. Next is allocating the resources and its constraints. After that, he needs to identify the objective of problem so that he can establish relationship between variables and constraints and build up a model. Then he needs to identify the possible alternative solutions which may be called basic feasible solutions, and finally they need to install and maintain the solution. So let us continue with the formulation with these phases. Our first phase is formulation of the problem. The research analyst or the team of experts first have to examine the situation and clearly define what exactly happening there and identify the variables and constraints. Similarly, identify what is the objective and put them all in the form of a statement. The statement must include a precise description about goals or objectives of all study, and he must also identify the controllable and uncontrollable variables and restriction of the problem. Let us consider one example. The statement of a company is like that: a company manufactures two products X and Y by using the three machines A, B and C. Each unit of X takes 1 hour on machine A, 3 hours on machine B and 10 hours on machine C. Similarly, the product Y takes 1 hour, 8 hours and 7 hours on machine A, B and C respectively. In a coming planning period, 40 hours of machine A, 240 hours of machine B and 350 hours of machine C is available on production. Each unit of X brings a profit of rupees 5 and Y brings 7 rupees. So the statement is how much X and Y should be manufactured by the company to maximize the profit. So the team of specialists prepares this statement after studying the system. As per the requirement, this must include variables, constraints and objective functions. Next phase is identifying the variables. So in our statement, the company is manufacturing two products X and Y. These are the two variables in the problem. When they are in the problem statement, they are written in the form of capital letters. But once they are entered in the model, small letters are used. Now we have to identify how much of X and how much of Y are to be manufactured. Hence, they are the variables. So in linear programming language, these are known as competing candidates because they compete to use or consume available resources. Now, what is resources and constraints? So we have understand from statement there are three machines A, B and C on which the products are to be manufactured. Now these machines are known as resources. The capacity of machine in terms of machine hours available is the available resources. The competing candidates means X and Y have to use these available resources which are limited in nature. Now, in our statement, machine A has got available 40 hours and machine B has available a capacity of 240 hours and that of machine C is 350 hours. The products have to use this machine hours in required proportion. That is, 1 unit of product X consumes 1 hour of machine A, 3 hours of machine B and 10 hours of machine C. Similarly, 1 unit of Y consumes 1 hour of machine B, 8 hours of machine B and 7 hours of machine C. These machine hours are our available resources and they are limited in nature and hence they are constraints given in the statement. Next is how to identify the objective. Now, to maximize the profit, how much of X and Y are to be manufactured? It is written in our statement, that is the maximization of profit, or you can say that the maximization of returns is the objective of this problem. Now, how to establish the relationship? Now, let us say that the company manufactures small x unit of product X and small y units of product Y. Then, as 1 unit of small x consumes 1 hour of machine and 1 unit of y consumes 1 hour of machine. So, we can write our first equation as 1x plus 1y, which must be less than equals to 40 hours. And hence, the relations of other machines be selected, like 3 hours of machine X and machine B, right, plus so we can write our equation 3x plus 8y must be less than equals to 240 and our third equation becomes 10x plus y less than equals to 350. Similarly, the objective function, as a company manufacture small x units of capital X and capital Y, y units of capital Y. So we can write our equation that 5x, we need to maximize 5x plus 7y, and x and y must be greater than equals to 0, which becomes non-negativity constraint. After that, we need to identify the possible alternatives from these equations. Now we know that there are various methods of getting solutions. These methods we'll discuss later. For example, let us consider we gone on giving various values, positive numbers only, and find the various values of objective functions. After doing that, whatever the results come out, it is our optimal value. As it is a problem of maximization, so we need to identify the maximum value of any product. Now let us move on to operation research models. Now what is operation research model? Operation research model is some sort of mathematical or theoretical description of various variables of a system representing some aspects of a problem on some subject of interest or inquiry. That means it is based on the identifying the various variables and representing it in some statement form or in objective of function, so that the conditions or situations must be satisfied. The model enables to conduct a number of experiments involving theoretical subjects, manipulations to find some optimum solution to the problem on hand. Our next topic is methods of solving operation research problems. So basically we have three research methods of solving an operation research problem. Our first method is analytical method, second method is iterative method, and third method is Monte Carlo method. In analytical method, when we use mathematical techniques such as differential calculus, probability theory, etc. to find the solution of a given operation research model, the method of solving is known as analytical method and the solution is known as analytical solution. Examples are problems of inventory models. Now this method evaluates alternative policies effectively. Our next method, iterative method, in which trial and error. It is trial and error method. When we have a large number of variables and we cannot use the classical method successfully, we use iterative method. First, in this method, first we set a trial solution and then go on changing the solution under a given set of conditions until no more modification is possible. So you can say that it is based on the trial and error. Our last one is Monte Carlo method, in which based on random sampling of values from a distribution of a variables. That means we need to randomly select the variables from a given values. This uses sampling techniques. A table of random numbers must be available to solve the problems. In fact, it is a simulation process. Let us discuss few important models. Our first model is linear programming model. So this model is used to for the resources allocation when the resources are limited and there are number of competing candidates for the use of resources. Then we can adopt this model successfully. The model may be used to maximize the returns or to minimize the cost. We can consider the two situations. Let us consider it. A company which is manufacturing variety of products by using available resources want to use resources optimally and manufacture different quantities of each of product, which is yield different returns so as to maximize the return. Another example, let us assume that company manufactures different types of alloys by purchasing the three basic materials, right? And it want to maintain a definite percentage of basic materials in each alloy. The basic materials are to be purchased from the sellers and mix them to produce the desired alloy. This is the case of minimum cost. Hence, this problem is minimization problem. Our another model is sequencing model. So, when a manufacturer firm has some job orders which can be processed on two or three machines, and the processing time of each job of machine is known, then the problem of processing in a sequence to minimize the cost or time is known as sequential model. Next is waiting line model or queuing model. So it is the model used for solving a problem where a certain service facilities which have to provide service to its customers so as to avoid the lengthy waiting line or queue, so that the consumers or customers will get satisfaction from effective service and ideal time of the service facilities are minimized is waiting line model. Our next method is replacement model. In replacement model, in any capital item which is continuously used for providing service or for producing the product is subjected to wear and tear due to uses, and its efficiency goes on reducing. Now this reduction in efficiency can be predicted by the increasing the number of breakdowns or by reducing productivity. The worn out parts or components are to be replaced to bring the machine back to work. Now this is known as maintenance. A time is reached when the maintenance cost becomes very high and the manager feels to replace the old machine by new. Now this type of problems known as replacement problems and can be solved by replacement models. Our last model is inventory model. Now any manufacturing firm has to maintain a stock of materials for its use. This stock of materials which are maintained in stores is known as inventory. Now, inventory is one form of capital or money. The company has to maintain inventory at optimal cost. There are different types of inventory problems depending on the availability and demand pattern of the materials. These problems can be solved by the application of inventory models. So dear students, today we are ending this video. Now we are having some questions. You need to write it on paper. In our first video we had discussed the objectives of operation research. You need to discuss the operation research models. You have to explain the characteristics of operation research. You need to also discuss the various types steps used in solving research problems. You have to discuss the various applications of operation research problems. Thank you for listening.